Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss about a LeetCode question called find lucky integer in an array. Let's read the problem statement first. Given an array of integers, a lucky integer is an integer that has frequency in the array equal to its value. Return the largest lucky integer in the array. If there is no lucky integer, return -1. Okay. Let us see the first example. We are given an array with 4 elements, right? 2 is repeating for twice and 3 and then 4. So there are 4 elements are there and we need to find the lucky integer in this array. Now, what is the lucky integer? What is the meaning of lucky integer? They given the definition for that, which is an element or an integer that has frequency of in the array equal to its value, which means here in this case 2 is repeating for twice, and what is the actual value for that, which is 2. So it is repeating for twice, but when you consider 3 and 4, it is not equals to the number, which is not 3 is not repeating for 3 and 4 is not repeating for 4 times. So here the only element which is repeating for the actual value, which is 2. So that's why the output is 2 here. And if you look at the second example, 1 is repeating for once exactly, and 2 is repeating for twice, and 3 is repeating for thrice. Every number is equals to its value, but which one is the maximum value? 3. So we are getting the output as 3. And in this array, the last example, 2 is repeating for thrice and 3 is repeating for twice, so which is not equal to the actual value, so we are returning -1. So this is the question they given, and we are going to solve this question in a very simple manner by using hash map, right? And let's take an example, which is we'll take this particular value and I'll create a, let's consider this is an hash map and this is the value we have. Okay, this is the value we have. Now simply what we are going to do now, we'll just iterate this entire entire array. I'll take the first value, which is 1. Now simply I'm going to create a key called 1 and then I'll initiate the value with 1 because it is repeated for once, right, so far. Now I'll move to the next element, which is 2. I'll create a key called 2, then I'll initiate the value with 1 because I'm looking this particular element for the first time. Now again 2. So 2 is already present in the hash map. So now we are going to simply increment it. Whatever the value we have inside the hash map, we'll just simply increment it. Then 3 will be created as a key, then increment, then increment, then increment for 3 times. Then at last you will be getting the value as 3. Now, once after this process is completed, I'm going to iterate this map again. Then I'll check whether the key is equals to the value or not, and the key is equals to the value or not. Like that, I'm going to check. If it is equal, I'll take another integer called lucky integer and then I'll initiate the value with -1, right? Once this value is equal, right, this key and value is equal, I'll reinitiate this value as 1. Then again initiate it with 2 and again initiate it with 3 because the element, the key, which is maximum than the previous one. That's why I'm going to update it, right? At last, what is the lucky integer we have? We'll just return it as an answer. So this is the very simple approach for this question. Now we'll try to write the program for this one. Okay, so first thing, we'll create a map. So map integer, here the key is integer and the value is also integer, so integer, and then I'll name it as map equals to new hash map, right? After this, we'll run a for loop for the array and then we'll get all the elements frequency, I less than array dot length and I plus plus. So simply map dot put array of 5. So this is the value we are going to create it as a key. Then to get the frequency, we use map dot get or default, because if it is not present, we are going to initiate with 1, right? So map get our default and then here it will be the array of I and 0, initiate with 1. That's it, right? So now we have initiated the values for key, and then the value, the entire array will be taken and the value, the frequency will be noted. Now we'll initiate a lucky integer, let's say L int, like L int is nothing but lucky integer. Okay, I'll write it as it is, lucky int. Okay, now I'll initiate with the -1, because if nothing is there I need to return it as -1, so I'll initiate with -1. Now I'll run a for loop for the map. So map dot entry, and here it is an integer, I'll take it as entry. So here map dot entry set. Done. Now I'll check the condition. If entry dot get key, the key is equals to the value or not, get entry dot get value. If this is the case, we'll initiate the, so we'll just update the lucky integer. So math dot maximum of what is our previous lucky integer and what is our current key, right? So entry dot get key, which one is the maximum, we'll update it, right? Semicolon. And then after all this process we'll just return our lucky integer. Okay, I hope we return everything. We'll run this program. Okay, I put extra C here. Right, so the test case all is passed. Now I'll submit it. Right, all the test case has been passed. So this is a very simple approach for this particular question, and see you in the next video.